the mobile housing coordinator emergency services lady I was supposed to talk to. Her name is Susie Johnson. She's from CARE. That's the Community Action Resource Enterprises Incorporated. What a mouthful. Let you know that it's a business. Alright. I just got too much crap to carry. I guess phone will go in my pocket. That's not it either.
Hey, how you doing?
A little bit chilly.
Well, I was.
Thursday, they told me Friday wouldn't be any good either because it was a holiday.
And so every once in a while my throat gets dry
So
and
to come back on Monday, came back on Monday, and the lady asked, well,
pretty much a little bit.
come back today.
I'm hoping that we can go pick him up at lunch. Like yesterday, it was the same thing. He woke up with it.
Yes, sir. If I couldn't, I was able to get my disability reinstated. So paid on the 2nd of next month. And I was able to get some help getting my insurance paid as well, so it's at least legal right now. And of course, I ran around and got all the mail stuff I was supposed to, and all that, so I got that paperwork here. There's more to it as well. Bunch of messes. I've been running around grabbing all the paperwork they told me to grab and fill out. Not that one I grabbed because I like animals. See my benefit information and all that. So they went through with me and got as done as we could yesterday. I had some people that were gonna help me with it, but I wasn't able to actually meet up with them. I got my own ideas about things, but they have their own lives, and sometimes when you make plans, life happens. So it just usually happens not in my favor. If somebody gets sick, somebody's got to go to a doctor's appointment, or some emergency happens. Anyway, they needed a proof of signature yesterday, so that's what I went in there for. This is the original paperwork they give me, and then this is a copy of the case summary that after it was filled out. So they made photocopies of that and made sure that I had a copy, which is good.
So it looks like it's gonna go through.
Yes, sir. Well, I should have never had it taken away to begin with. They've already reinstated my disability. They just haven't reinstated the food stamps or the Medicaid or Medicare yet. I don't get to go to the hospital quite yet. That's what I got going on. As far as my disability, it's about $840 a month, but they're docking $130 a month because they overpaid me at one point, and so it's better than nothing, you know.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't actually have to come back for anything, although I will come back for the food because I get hungry.
Oh,
And
yeah.
until I know for sure that my food stamps have been reinstated, it's nice to be able to eat. So if you could thank those people for feeding too. I thank them every time I go, but I want them to know that there's a lot of people who come in and they eat it and they don't say thank you. And they grumble the whole time, and I'm thinking to myself, well, you know, this is not the ideal conditions, and there is lots to grumble about, and nobody in here's life is perfect. Matter of fact, most of us are here, their life is anything but.
Right.
However, I'm thankful for the fact that I got food in my belly and a warm roof over my head for at least that long. Plus, it makes it safer that there's people around to witness something that goes on, or to speak up if something goes on, or to prevent it from happening to begin with. When people talk about first responders, they always talk about like the EMTs and police officers and stuff. I'm like, if you're the person who's there when it happens, you're the first responder. If you're calling 911, the 911 operator is the second responder. The police and the ambulance are usually the third or fourth.
Yeah.
I noticed in a lot of situations where people I knew got stabbed, there was people who stood around and watched it happen. And I noticed there's a lot of situations I got to see with my own two eyes where somebody would have gotten stabbed, but somebody got in the middle of it and went, this ain't happening. So it's nice when there's people around that helps create a more safe environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing all the run around all the places I've been told to go to. I came here on Thursday. I didn't come here Friday because I was told nobody would be here.
Yeah.
I came here yesterday in the morning, and then there was a sign on the door about a funeral. And I came back, and that lady there, whose name I can't never remember, she was real nice to me, talked to me like I was a person, and told me to come back after 9. So that's what I came to do.
Right.
God, let me show you how rich I am.
So it's gonna be another couple weeks before you get any help from
Yeah.
us?
Well, it might only be a few days. I'm hoping, but until then, I'm literally sitting on my vehicle. I've been sitting on empty since, since day before yesterday. It's been empty.
No, we can do your gas this time. We have a policy that helping people three times in a year, and 3 times, so hopefully things are gonna work out for you, that'll cover you to that point, but
I hope so, because it gets exciting. I'm thankful to your congregation for it.
yeah.
And you guys as well. This will be my 3rd time, so do I have to get a tattoo or something?
No.
And you didn't ask for my firstborn. Of course, I don't have any kids, so that wouldn't be much of a big deal either. Like my firstborn what? I'll go get some kittens.
Are you anticipating to go to find a place to be inside for the winter, or is it gonna be your car?
It's gonna be my car. I've been running around all the places I've been told to go, and it's just, I'm not the right gender in most places, so that makes it difficult. Some places, they're supposed to not be gender biased, but just because their policies are not to be gender biased doesn't mean that the persons who work there aren't gonna have gender bias, which life happens.
Well, I believe it's in the works for, we hosted a warming center here before, operated by CARE. And that is gonna happen, isn't Mary Ann?
What's that?
The warming center, are they gonna start
Yeah,
that in December?
beginning, but it doesn't start till the 1st of December.
I've got
It goes through February.
I got a lot of stuff for a kitchen camp, but I don't have a place to set up a kitchen camp. We used to be able to do that in Colorado until like the late 90s. And then after that, we had to do it clandestine, but we were able to feed a lot of people. If there was that's the thing, people want to push us out into the sea. You can't stay here, you can't stay here, you can't park in this parking lot, you can't stay in that parking lot. You know, people don't want to see you, it's unsightly, you can't have a camp here, you can't have a camp there. There's been a few accounts that people are telling me about folks going and lighting camps on fire all across the nation. There's a couple of them here, one of them in the Dalles was lit on fire, and one of them in Southern Oregon was lit on fire. And there's a few of them that have been lit on fire by residents who were careless. And, you know, for the people who live there, it's scary because at any moment they could come through with the bulldozers and knock over your Hooverville.
Yeah.
If there was some property though, that's the thing, a lot of churches we got temporary Band-Aids. We got people who are eating food at the feeds every week, but they're still going out there, they're getting tickets for existing, and you know, it's not illegal for other people to exist. Why it's illegal for us is beyond me. But a lot of the churches in Colorado, the ones in Boulder, were talking about possibly getting some property and actually having a place where homeless can go put their tents. Everybody's got ideas for 10,000 different tents. We have tents, we got nowhere to put them without getting messed with.
Yeah.
And then people say, well, you need to go up to the mountain. Go up the mountain, and they say you can't stay here, your 14 days are up. There's no services up here, you got to go into town. So you go into town where the services are, they say you can't stay here, you need to go up the mountains. So you go up the mountains, and the mountains, they give you a ticket. So you're like, all right, I'm not going back to the mountains. You go back to town, they give you a ticket. You're like, all right, I'm not going back to town. Where do I go? To the next town, to the same old song and dance, because no matter where you go, people don't want to see you.
Yeah.
We could march out into the sea, but we don't have boats. We got tents.
Yeah. I know. Well, anyway, after the first of the month, then they're supposed to be hosting the warming center here, or be the same place you eat. As long as they have volunteers to help with it. Any night that it's expected to be freezing or stormy.
Lovely. That whole room will stink like a submarine for a week.
Yeah. We put in a UV light in the furnace to circulate the air, but
It's very sweet of
for what
you.
good that is. And the window, there is some circulation for windows, but
I understand the nastiness. We got one place here that I'm aware of that we can shower, and you got to get in there pretty early. And there's more people than they can allow to shower in a day, that's for certain. I don't mind bathing in the creek, but I don't think that's a nice thing to do to the creek or anybody downstream.
yeah. I know the Y used to,
I think they still do. I don't know. I think they have certain hours or something when they're not having classes and things.
The what? The
The
YMCA?
YMCA,
Isn't that $5 a shower?
really? Thanks.
When I was in Rawlins, Wyoming, they wanted $17 a shower.
wow.
Yeah, and it's kind of like the coin operated showers. You have a certain amount of time that you're allowed to be in there. And they get angry with you if they have to call you to get out of the shower because somebody else has got to get in.
Well, we used to send people over there and I didn't know if there was
Yeah,
any
it used to
charge.
be $1.
Mhm.
I haven't talked to them.
Well, I don't know what it would be at this one. I know that I'm an adult male and that there's a lot of places where it's cheaper for kids, or a lot of places where things are free for kids. I know if you go to the public pools, a lot of places it's free for your kids to go in or reduced fare, and they don't have to pay to use the showers.
But in like a lot of the places along the beaches, they're like, all right, your kids can shower for free, but you gotta pay. And I don't know which ones are which. You never know when you stop at a place what their particular policies are gonna be. So sometimes you go, they say it's not illegal to be homeless in Oregon, and you can camp in the woods for 14 days and it's free camping. And then I get here and it turns out it's not free camping. And also the other stuff ended up being buckets too. The place very much is presented as liberal, but I get here and I'm like, oh wow, there is KKK influence written all over these places. Hood River, it was heavy. The Dalles, not as much, kind of the same behaviors, but not the rhetoric. And then I come here and I've got church folks, tell me, yeah, this place is kind of a KKK hotbed. It's one of the ladies over at the Seventh-day Adventist said that it's one of the last bastions of the KKK in Oregon. Well, Hood River is pretty bad. But Hood River is a lot of rich people. Here it's a little bit different. There's a lot more poverty here. Kind of like the Dalles. The Dalles was a lot of poverty, and that's right next door to Hood River.
Yeah. Close.
All right, I'm ready. I'm
All
sorry.
right, well, we'll get you some gas.
See you later.
All right.
I'll meet you down the corner of it.
Yes, sir. Wow, that is an ugly car. I said, wow, that is an ugly car. All right. Oh, we're getting. I do get to talking a bit, but I want people to know what's going on. Bonjour. Do what?
Met a crazy cat named.
I don't think so.
Never?
No. I don't generally.
No. I just asked. Okay. We're rooting for this to be done.
I do think most cats are crazy, but I don't, to my recollection, know anybody who's ever named their cat Carl. And that doesn't mean I haven't, but I'm pretty sure I haven't. That's one of the guys that I met over at Molly. He's kind of out there. He was with Claire the day that she showed up and was gonna help me. There's a lot of people like that out here, but the fact is, there's people like me who are getting treated like we're people like that. And that's not to say that that guy isn't a person, but there's a big difference between him and I, between his perception of reality and mine, between his knowledge of what the fuck is going on around him. Oh, and I fucking suck as a driver, you can hear it. Running out of gas thing, that was a me not using the clutch properly because I fucking suck at driving. Oh, those crows are stupid. Alright, they ain't that stupid. They were smart enough to get the hell out of the way. I just thought they were stupid because they weren't actually in the way. In order to run them over, I would have had to bend my vehicle 90 degrees around a corner into a space about 2 foot wide. Now, I ain't no rocket scientist. I don't think that exactly works. Alright. Where should I be? There's a safe way, so I think I've gone too far. I'm not trying to sound offensive here, but I just suck as a driver. I'm surprised on the daily that I don't get pulled over every single day because I seriously fucking suck that bad as a driver. And who the hell gets lost in Tillamook, fucking Oregon? Ain't that some shit? This place is so tiny, it's barely bigger than Chapel, Nebraska as far as overall coverage. It's got a lot more residents, but hell, Chapel, Nebraska, just the area that they got housed, they could probably have up to 8 to 10,000 easily. That'd be 6 to 8 people per house. And that's a little bit excessive. But, yeah. Oh, no, I gotta go straight. Just gotta grab that apart there and wave it. Alright, here we go. My power steering is out. Oh, the one-ways are driving me nuts. Who else could get lost in Tillamook, Oregon? Yeah, I did. So you gotta come out here and stand out in the cold every time you help somebody?
What's that?
So you gotta come out here and stand in the cold every time you help somebody? I think you gotta have, you know how, like, in basketball, they got them tearaways? They gotta have some of those for people who gotta run in and outdoors all day long. So you could just, well, of course, thicker, something a little bit warmer than that, but. About 40. I think it took 36. And the time before that, it took 34. Yeah, it's a tiny tank. If it wasn't for the fact that I use it to keep my electronics charged and my body warm, it would probably last a lot longer. Also, all the running around that I'm doing is all in-town driving, so it's not the greatest gas mileage. Sorry. Hey, you want to know if my vehicle's. Yes, it's legal. I said, yes, it's legal. It's got insurance, it's got proper tags on it. It'll be expired into this month though.
Tags are a little different. West Oregon have one tag per year, month. This one tag.
Yep. Yeah, that's where almost all my money is gonna go to next month, is getting this thing all changed over and legal here. Yeah, I don't know how much it's gonna cost to tag it and all that, but I can't exactly go back to Nebraska and do it. Wow, it's a record. It made over 38. Thank you, sir. It would have been a lot easier to say thank you if they had both been quick about disappearing. Literally walked around the other side of the pump and now they're gone. Alright, well, I got $40.60 worth of gas. Hey, thank you very much.
Yeah, you might try the YMCA. Do you know where it is on Stillwell?
I don't, but I can look it up on my phone.
If you just go up, Stillwell is the street up there by the senior citizens, that blue building. They have lunches there, by the way. I don't know if
I didn't know that. How much are they for the lunches?
I don't know that they charge for it, but I go about, I don't know what time they start, 11:30 or.
I'm not quite old enough to be considered a senior.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the requirements are there. But anyway, that's still well, just on the other side of Safeway. YMCA is down just a few blocks, I think on Sixth. Might ask them.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Be safe. Man, that guy has an angry look on his face. That's good. Back up. Go on a little bit further down. It looks like if I try to turn onto the one-way street there, that I'll be having to turn into the side of traffic no matter what. I'll be sitting there. Right. God, that dude still mugging me. That is a lot of fucking hate. To Farnsworth. I don't know. I have to remember what else it was I was supposed to get done today.
stuff on my computer that's not evidence that I can just erase off of it so I can make more room so it'll work smoother. But damn, this gets to the end of its life and all that information needs to be transferred on to something else. And that's one of the issues. I gotta take this so I'm allowed to fucking defend myself against these fucking accusations. And that's the problem with not allowing somebody an honest day in court. It's not allowing them to go to court. It's not allowing them to show evidence. It's not allowing them to face their accusers. All of my accusers are free to face me. But they're cowards to the American public. It's not easy dealing with you guys. It's really not.